Hi everybody, Enigma here coming at another video today. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. Today we're going to do something a little more recent into my collection, but I'm very, very glad I have this, and it's because I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I love odd things in when it comes to gaming uh, uh, merch. Okay, I grew up, of course, as I've said, I'm 49 years old. I grew up with the NES and the Atari 2600 and Sega Master System and all that stuff. Uh, and to see, I can remember the first time I saw like actual toys for video games. I was pretty psyched about that because it meant that it had branched off into being more than just video games. Now of course back in the 80s we had like Nintendo. Nintendo threw their name on anything: breakfast cereals, T-shirts, posters, whatever, because they didn't know how long their gravy train with video games was going to last. And that's the whole thing with the Mario movie that we all laugh at and all that good stuff. Which reminds me, I should look into finding a copy of that in 4K. But we're going to talk about a little bit about Borderlands. Now there's a lot of things about Borderlands that there are people that love everything that GearBox has done, and there's other people who think that they've lost a step. There's other folks who think why bother, that kind of stuff. But I will say this for Gearbox and for Randy Pitchford, who does stick his foot in his mouth from time to time. He's done a lot of it this year. Is they know how to put some really odd merch out there to get people interested in just other things. They license out Borderlands to other things. Not unlike Star Wars, but Star Wars does everything, so it doesn't surprise me at all to see Star Wars. I was in a Target many years ago, and they had a pair of barbecue tongs that were Star Wars. It was the handle was like Darth Vader's lightsaber, and then the sheath for it was red, and then you opened it, and you pull it out, and it was a pair of tongs for your barbecue. Uh, it's things like that. It's like, okay, well, that's everywhere. Okay, video games don't usually do a lot of that. But the cool thing is that when I see something that's really kind of interesting and different, I always want to get it, just simply because of how odd of a thing it is. Because I've never there's probably been stuff for games like this before, but I don't remember them off the top of my head. And I'm talking about the Ballantine's Moxxi's Bar Edition of Scotch. This is blended Scotch whiskey. I got this imported from the UK. Obviously, there's her royal hotness right there. She's at the top, and this is still full. I haven't opened it. I don't ever plan on opening it. I don't. I just how I am. But this is blended Scotch whiskey, and they did it with the Borderlands thing. And this is the cool thing. There's a QR code on the back here, and that code. Actually, I'll just put it right there. I don't know if they even care anymore. That code will unlock new skins, or I think heads, for your Borderlands 3 characters. So they not only did they incorporate the fact that they're putting Moxxi on a bottle like this, but they also said if you buy it, yeah, you get some free heads, some free, and I mean like cosmetics is what I'm working for Borderlands 3. I think it's really cool, and that's the kind of tie-in stuff that I like. It was a back when Final Fantasy VII Remake came out on the PlayStation 4. They had a deal, I think, with Snickers, that if you bought a Snickers bar and with the brand on it, there was a QR code, you could download a new theme for your PlayStation 4, I believe it was. That kind of stuff is neat, and I like those kind of tie-ins like that because it's a Snickers bar, right? Well, this was a little more expensive than a Snickers bar, okay? Because it is Scotch. It's pure Scotch, blended Scotch whiskey. And of course, blended means, if you don't know what it means that they actually combined a whole bunch of different barrels of Scotch so they could get a uniform taste out of it. Every one of these bottles, if it's blended, is supposed to taste about the same. Very much like McDonald's, for instance. If you buy a quarter pounder in New York City this morning, or let's just say tonight you buy a quarter pounder in New York City, and you eat it in New York, and you get on a plane, a red eye, and you fly across the country to Los Angeles, and you get off and you go, oh, that quarter pounder was so good, I want another one. McDonald's wants it to be that the quarter pounder you get on the East Coast tastes exactly the same as the quarter pounder on the West Coast. So, same thing with blended. Whenever you see a blended whiskey, it's because they're trying for a uniformity of taste. If you're looking for something more unique, you would have to go with either a small batch whiskey or a single barrel. Small batch means they combined a very small amount of barrels together so they could get a good flavor, easy for me to say, flavor profile. And then a single barrel could be completely different. You could buy one of a single barrel and you go, oh my God, this is so good. And then a month later find another bottle of a single barrel and it could be completely different taste to it. So that's what blended is, blended, and then you have that all that. But this is a really cool thing. I'm glad that I have this. Like I said, I'm never going to open it, but it's just oddball enough that it's just one of those things that I just go, this is cool. And this is the kind of thing that people would see and go, oh, cool. And like I said, I'm never going to drink it. So anyway, that's going to do it for Enigma stuff today. We do have Borderlands 4 coming out, which is another reason why I wanted to show this off. Can't wait for that, quite frankly. This next week, I'll be back to normal streaming. There will be no deviations. This last week, I had a couple of days where I was able to do some bonus streams. So it was Tuesday and Wednesday. I streamed for 12 hours. I did morning, noon, and night for 2 days. This next week, we'll be back to normal. So I'm doing Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon Central Standard Time, and then 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time are my two shifts for streaming. I stream on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm trying to figure something out to get on Rumble, and hopefully I'll get that going. But if you check out my socials, you can find me at Evil Enigma on Twitch and Twitter. That's where I stream those two places. And here on YouTube, I'm trying to get to monetization by the end of the year. I've been trying to take it in small little chunks. Last time I checked, I had 231 YouTube subs, so I was trying to get to 235 by the end of the week. This next week, I will probably have another small one, probably like 245. See if we can get there. I haven't hit a book goal in a while. I don't know why. I wish I could. But comment, share, like my stuff. Let people know that I'm here. Tell your friends. If you got, even if subscribing's free, guys. And I promise I don't bug you guys with all sorts of other stuff. Just subscribe. Help me. Help a guy out, please. But that's gonna do it. I'll see you guys online coming up. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. You have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Thank you so much.